Hello, beers. Essential Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast to my 7 code Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand it. Also, I try to do my best not to preach hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. If you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, and he's good about this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out of the way, let's get into the latest episode of Go-Onger. So basically, we see Son Ino coming to the cafe, and basically he sees. So basically. So basically, he sees Ryugi. He sees Ryugi, and he sees Ryugi. Sorry, blah blah blah. So basically, we see Son Ino coming into the cafe, and she sees Ryugi and Rio and Kenjin outside, looking outside, to the outside, and basically they see a dead foot soldier Aries body with a knife in his back, and basically whoa, who killed the Aries? You guys killed this Aries dude? I know that the Aries are bad guys, but dang, we don't kill. I know they're bad guys now, but we don't kill foot soldiers like this. And and basically, Ryoga said, Ryoga, Kenjin, and Rio was like, we didn't did this. And basically, we see Hal come downstairs. Actually, Hal came downstairs with Rio, and basically, what the hell's going on? And so basically, and basically out of nowhere, this number 1 mystery monster said, "This is all that dead area foot soldier is a part of the mystery that I put in motion." So basically, you guys have to figure out which one of you guys killed. So basically, which one of you guys killed that area monster to order to solve the mystery, and everything goes back to normal. So basically, this monster has to, had put a, had put a had started a mystery solving case for the Rangers to figure out who killed the area and whatnot, and everything goes back to normal. So basically, this is all part of the mystery and whatnot. And basically, message, came crashing through, came crashing through, what, came crashing through the window from the roof, and basically, Ryugi was like, oh, you're gonna pay for that window you crashed through, and basically, he said that, don't worry, I'm gonna solve this case and whatnot by myself, and basically coming all cocky, I'm gonna figure out this case myself. And basically, Son Ino was like, yeah, right, yeah, right. And basically, since Son Ino was an ex-cop and a private eye detective now, so basically, she's more qualified than Machino to solve this mystery that's being you know that's being you know that's being you know that's being you know that's being that's being set up by the number 1 mystery monster and whatnot. So anyway, while they were doing that, we see the Megazord and Goodeburn having a conversation. So basically, Goodeburn was at Megazord's, good place, having a conversation about Machino. So basically, so you and Machino are partners and whatnot. And basically, Goodburn, yes, the ring chose him. So basically, he helped me out, and basically, I trust him. And that's when the Texas started to listen to me. He's not trustworthy. So basically, he's telling Goodburn that you shouldn't fully trust Machino, and basically Goodburn was what do you mean, what do you mean by that? And basically, that conversation. That conversation, so basically, the Tegator was trying to tell him that don't fully trust Machino, but he was not. he was not stating why why Goodburn shouldn't touch Machino. So basically, he was trying to tell his son that hey, don't trust Machino, but Goodburn was trying to was asking why, and and it's basically like distrust the don't trust Machino, and basically that went on, and basically back at the cafe, Machino and Kuma, Machino was like, hey, like, lead this mystery solving to me and whatnot. So basically, like, basically being old cocky and a bit of a jerk to, like, being an old cocky jerk Son Eno, and basically Son Eno used to be a cop, and she's a private detective. She's more qualified to. The other rangers know that hey. Hey, why don't you leave it to Machino? Cause she used to be a cop, and she's a private eye detective. So basically, she's more qualified to handle this to solve this mystery than Machino. So basically, they should have said that, but like they didn't even bother, cause Machino is kind of a hard-headed dude and whatnot. So anyway, so the mystery monster set up a interrogation room, interrogation room, and basically started to question each of the other rangers about. So basically, so Machino and Son started to question Ryoga, Ryu, Hao, and Kinjin about what they was doing. So basically, like Hao was. So basically, like Hal was in his room, trying to figure out, looking for a job, to pay, to pay his rent and whatnot. Ria was doing a live stream in the cafe. Ria was doing a live stream for his fans in the cafe, whatnot. Ryoga was busy writing his journal in the back about writing someone for the technical in the back, in the back of the cafe. And Kinjin said that hey, I showed up. And Kid just like hey, I came back from doing something for Ryoga and whatnot, and basically and basically it seems like everybody kind of has a side of advice and whatnot, and basically that's when. And that's when how smell something outside, and next to the Erie Valley, next to and when they got outside where the Erie foot soldier's body was, they see they see Candleburn, lighting some incense, and where the picture of the Erie that it was killed in this mystery, and basically and it's like like everybody's like what the hell are you doing here? So basically, like Candle said that this Erie is it's a drinking buddy of mine. So basically, this Erie named Kaiser, that's the name of the Erie foot soldier who's playing dead, who's a part of this mystery, was a drinking buddy of Fire Candle. So basically, once we Ogre took Fire Cannon into the interrogation room, we heard some screams coming from the interrogation room, and we see, we see. So basically, we see Ryugi and Fire Candle dead in the mission room. By the time the others came in and heard the scream. So basically, like Ryoga had written a number in blood that says 7-2 or 7-2. That's it. It wrote two numbers in blood that say 7-2, and basically, like so basically, basically, like and also turns out that and turns out that also some lied about lied about her ability upon the monster to rely, as you know, as you know, as you know, so some Endo has the ability to read people's minds. So basically he didn't. So basically she didn't want the mystery monster to know about about her ability to read minds. She said that so she lied about it and said that I can only read people's minds who have Sentai rings on them. So basically, she lied about that. That way, the mission monster wouldn't, then wouldn't. That way, she can get close to the mission monster and and basically to that way she can get close to the mission monster and read its mind. But it was she did read the mission monster's mind, but he couldn't but it didn't reveal who's the killer behind behind his death and whatnot. So anyway, so basically, like something like and so basically, like the crew that Ryoga left seems to point to Machino somehow, and basically, and that's when Will and like that's when Will and ate some that's when Will and Hal ate some drank some tea and some treats from the cafe bar, and basically they got poisoned somehow, and basically and that's when and that's when Shino some put everything together and basically and figure out that the reason was so basically, and she figured out who did it, and turns out it was Kuma Bear. It was Bear Kuma. Bear Kuma was the one behind the murder. So basically, like she figured out that so basically she her with her detective skills, she figured that once when Mashino showed up, usually you always with him every time he shows up, but you showed up late. So basically you must have killed the Airy, and also you snuck into the interrogation room and killed Ryugi and Fire Candle, and also secretly and also poison and poison Will and How's drink and treats, and plus he found a print that matches Bear Kuma's paws and whatnot, and basically Bear Kuma confessed that yes, I'm the one who killed everybody in this mystery, etc. etc. And basically turns out that that Bear Kuma used to be is a toy that Machino burned to life, and basically but he could only do that once with his Sentai ring. So basically, like Bear Kuma felt like he owed he owes Machino his life, because if it wasn't for his Sentai ring, Bear Kuma would still be a life destroyer and whatnot. So basically, he went on that killing rampage. He killed the Eri. He killed Fire Candle. He killed Ryugi. He killed Ryu. And he killed Hao and Kinjin as well. So anyway. After confession, after Bear Kuma confessed, after Bear Kuma confessed, and that's when Machino was like, oh, get it, I feel such like an idiot, and so sorry, he said sorry to son, for disrespecting you, not treating you as for disrespecting you, trying for your for acting foolish that you are a great detective and whatnot. So basically, once the mystery was solved, everybody came back to life, and basically the monster, since the mystery was solved, the monster bumped back, back to normal. Everybody was back to normal, etc., etc. And basically, once everybody was back to normal, nobody really died. It was just a part of this whole ridiculous mystery that the monster cooked up. And basically, no, Kuma didn't really kill anybody, so basically it was just all, it was just, he was all caught up in the mystery of the power of the monster. And basically, once everybody was back to normal and whatnot, the Rangers both started to fight against the mystery monster, etc., etc. And basically, the Rangers, started to fight against some foot soldiers and whatnot. And basically, Son Ino used the power of the Go-Onger ring and and use the power to go onto it and summon the Woes the Tire Zord, the that Rose Zord that they used and go under that transforms to a tire into a robot against the monster and free the person from the mystery monster who was some type of mystery fan and basically wants separate separate the person from the mystery monster. She destroyed the mystery monster, and therefore that was kind of it right now. But that's when Tegazord and Goodburn showed up, and basically Goodburn was like, why should I trust you? Like they were still arguing over about Messino. So basically, mm, so basically, the Tekken was trying to tell Goodburn that hey, don't trust Messino, but he was not giving him a real good answer, a real good point not to trust Messino because he was kind of being baited about it, and basically, Goodburn got tired of him telling him what to do and whatnot. So basically, they showed up and they showed up when the Rangers defeated the monster, and basically, the Rangers got involved in this. So basically, Machino was like, so basically, like, Machino said maybe we can help discover you and your father having. So basically, Machino hopped into Goodburn's cockpit, and and Texas and some hop into the Tegazord cockpit, and they started to fight against each other. And Goodburn combined with Kuma Bear made himself big, and basically they found the Goodburn Kuma Bear 50 Mecha, and basically the Tegazord was in his black Megazord Centaur mode, and basically they start to have this crazy high speed fight, and that's when Hal stepped in and basically informed the Tegazord Red Megazord and started and forced Goodburn out of Kuma's out of Kuma, and basically seemed like there was going to be some hand-to-hand mecha battle between the Tegazord, Red Megazord, and the good bird Megazord or mechas and whatnot. And basically, out of nowhere, we see the Black Fusion mecha showed up, and basically start to interrupt the fight between Goodbird and the Tegazord mechas, and basically it combined with the Gal Shock gal with other mechas from different Sentai. So basically it it had the power. It had the shoulders of Speeder from Go-Onger. It had the arms of Gao Shark and Gao Tiger from Go-Onger. It had the legs of the Dragonzord and Bearzord from Sinkanger. And basically, it uses power against the other mechas, against Goodeburn and the Tegazord, Megazord. And basically, the episode ends up with both mechas, facing down with this hybrid fusion Gozyuger about to fight them, and basically that's how the episode ended on this note. So anyway, this episode was just crazy. So basically, it's just a big. This episode was kind of silly, but at the same time, we got some more details about you know about the Kuma Bear 50 used to be a toy. Also, we got some more details that about Tegazord not trusting, doesn't trust with his son Goodburn. Doesn't really trust doesn't trust Machina with his son Goodburn and whatnot and its intentions and whatnot. So anyway, what do you guys think about this latest episode of Go User? Go User, good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, sign off for Screen Reviews 1.